Hi guys, Steph here. There we go. Look at that. A gorgeous pen. What we've got for you is a Eversharp Skyline, or Skyline as most people like to call this pen. An absolutely gorgeous pen with this iconic design, iconic shape, etc. The pen basically is dated from 1941 through to around about 1948. This one is a slightly later one, which is, well, I'll explain why in a little while, but a beautiful pen made in the USA. Now, as far as I'm aware, they actually made a couple of different variations. They made a short version, they made a standard version, which this one is. They also made a oversized executive version, which is slightly bigger. And they also made a short economy model, which I think they called it the Streamliner. That particular case, it doesn't have this wrap round clip, it had just a standard ring clip to it. But in all intents and purposes, three different models. The colours and variation of these pens were, there was many different colours, different variations, different patterns, different caps, etc. Too many to mention. In this sort of configuration, I believe they made, just to mention a few, a standard black, a grey, blue, a brown one, which I've actually shown you already, so if you're interested, go and have a look at that. I think they made a green one as well, and I may have missed out some other colours, but they came in lots different variations. This one, as we said, is a maroon colour. I don't know how clear it is, it may look slightly dark on the video, but believe me, it's a gorgeous maroon fountain pen. Now, this pen has actually been sat around for quite a while. It's actually been waiting for a clip. Now, I've only just found a clip which I installed yesterday, but I had to actually sort of go out to Facebook, and a gentleman, he knows who he is, Mike from across the pond there, he actually provided me with this clip here, so thank you, Mike. As you can see now, it's in good use. So it's all been put together, we've got the clip there, it's been fully restored, ready for a new home, ready for somebody to enjoy. So as I said, it's the Eversharp fountain pen. Now, as you can see, it's a lever fill fountain pen there. Nothing sort of special about the lever. You can see a straightforward lever. The cap there, you can see it's got these lines running horizontally around the clip. Sorry, not the clip, around the cap. Let's keep it sort of still. There you go, you can see the pattern there. Now, to the very bottom of the cap, if we keep it still again for you, there you go, you can see that. Okay, it says 1 in 10 14 carat YGF, which for me I believe indicates yellow gold filled. If we take you up to the clip there, you can see the very recognizable Eversharp clip. It's got the word Eversharp written on the clip there, and to the very top there you can see it's got these two little sort of ticks, which I believe is the sort of Eversharp gold seal logo. Let's show you a sideways view, and as you saw before, the beautiful thing about these pens is this design of this sort of wrap round clip to the top there, and it wraps round what we term as this derby to the very top of the cap there. Excuse me. Now let's take you up to the top there, top of the cap, and again let's keep it nice and still, and you'll see it says Eversharp Skyline, Pat, made in USA. Okay, so again that's nice and clear to the band at the top of the cap there. all in all, a superb, iconic design of a fountain pen. Now, let's unscrew, before we unscrew the cap, let's give you the dimensions. The size of it from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, around about 132 millimeters capped. Around the diameter of the barrel, where it's actually the thickest part, around about 11.5 millimeters in diameter. As I say, beautiful example, ready to go, superb condition. Let's unscrew the cap for you. Let's give you a couple of the customary twirls so you can see the pen in different angles. An absolutely stunning example, and as I say, a very iconic fountain pen, becoming very collectible. One of the reasons they're very collectible is the different variations you can actually get in this particular pen, the different, as I said earlier, the patterns, the different trims, etc. Very collectible model of fountain pen. Now, if we show you the barrel, as you may have noticed, it sort of tapers down towards the end of the barrel there, and then you can see just here where the cap actually sits on the barrel, there's a slight sort of step, and well, it's a nice smooth step as well. It's the step to the top of the barrel near the thread. We've got the threads there, and in this particular case, with most of these pens, we've got a black section, slightly concaved, slight sort of knurl, if you like, or ridge towards the nib. And then if I keep it nice and still, you can see the nib. It says Eversharp 14 karat, and then to the very bottom, made in USA. Okay, there we go. Let's show you a sideways view. Take you underneath. Let's show you this feed from Eversharp. A very interesting feed, as you can see there. Not a standard comb feed or a plain feed like a lot of competitors. It's actually, in my opinion, I actually quite like it. It's very, very interesting. But as you can see, lovely and clean, as it should be. Now, as I say, lovely size pen. This is the standard one, even with my large hands. Very comfortable pen to hold and to write with. Yes and no. Okay, let's what we'll actually do in this case, we'll actually fill, well, we won't fill it, but we'll pop some ink in the pen. Let's dip the nib in the ink. Okay, looking over the camera, lots of sort of bubbling going on, which is precisely what we want to hear. Let's bring on our little pad, and this is the first time the pen's been tested, so you will see what I will see. So let's see how it writes. So what we've got, we've got an Eversharp Skyline fountain pen. As we said, this one, or not this one, this particular model was launched from 1941 and it went through to 1948. This one is writing with a fine line. It's writing nicely as well. It's a lovely writing pen. There's no variation in the line. Some of these pens did actually have flexi nibs. This one, no, I would say there's no variation. It's quite a stiff nib, but a lovely, lovely writer. As we said, it was made in the USA. So all in all, a lovely, lovely writing pen. Very nice indeed, and writing, I would say, with a fine, fine line. Now, one of the other things that I mentioned a little bit earlier, as I said, this one's actually a later version. Now, the reason being, when I restored it, this one has actually got a long breather tube, which indicates to us that, yeah, it's a later version. The earlier versions just simply had a little notch, if you like, or a wick from the feed, and it was very short, and it did actually have a little bend in it, similar to the sort of the Lucky Curve feeds. But this one, as I said, has got a long breather tube, which indicates that it's a later version. One of the things that I've not also mentioned, some of the Eversharp pens you will find very unusual, but you will find they've got what we term as a two-tone nib. Okay, whereas this one is just a simple gold nib. Some of them did actually have a two-tone nib, and the earlier versions as well had a sort of a transparent section as well. So again, that's one way of actually indicating. You can see this one doesn't have it, so again, it's the later version. So let's pop the cap on, and there we have it, a gorgeous, very iconic Eversharp Skyliner, or Skyline fountain pen, as most people like to call it, in beautiful condition. Somebody will enjoy this pen for many years to come, so let's find a new home for it. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I've enjoyed showing them to you people. Leave a comment below, don't be shy. Please subscribe to my channel, and as always, if you possibly can, down below, please support my work. But for now, from this lovely pen, I'll just simply say bye bye for now.